Ladies and gentlemen, top of the morning to you. We have him all the way from Florida. The man, the myth, the legend of Jimmy Luigi DiNobile from Tampa Bay, Florida, ladies and gentlemen.
Buongiorno.
Yeah. Soak it in. We love you. We love you, Jimmy. Okay.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Love you too.
Hey, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but if we would have played at the time, in our time, with the select ball nowadays, holy moly, the sky would have been the limit. We would,
I agree.
Yeah. So, and then, hey, I was telling you, man, I thought when I got that 1B that school would try to recruit me, but I didn't get, Nagel College Planning or I can't pronounce it.
Eddie's
Yes.
platform. Yes.
Yes. I mean, that and the website they got going for us. So,
Isn't that great?
Yes. I'm still trying to navigate, but we're going to have the fella, I forgot his name, it's very common, Meats, I think his name was, is going to have him on to navigate us real time on Whale Certified. So pay attention to that.
Yeah.
And
I've been really enjoying all the recent podcasts or starting 11 shows.
Well, let me get the North Side intro for you, and then you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. We got him. We got Jimmy Luigi DiNobile on the United States National High School Champions League starting 11 or thereabouts. I give him to you, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is.
All right, Kevin, thank you. Pleasure to be back on, and it is soccer 24/7. Soccer in heaven on earth. I think we're in day 12, going on day 13 of the World Cup, and I just want to give a quick shout out for the elder statesmen goalkeepers that are having record performances, and there's a few other field players that are up there in age, but I won't call them that 3-letter word that starts with O and ends with B. They're breaking records and doing all kinds of wonderful things. So, I mean, what a World Cup, and we're not even halfway through. Well, just about halfway through the group play. So it's been fantastic. So
yeah, man,
I'm really enjoying it, and enjoying being with you and this United States High School Champions League starting 11 or thereabouts, as you call it. And I've been enjoying the recent episodes and the different people you have on and all what they have to bring, and it's really good. And there's an episode number 28 that we had. This is number 37, I believe, and number 28 involved the Cor Jesu High School coaches, and I think Tim was on that call.
Yeah.
And Rachel Prissick is the head coach, and the assistant coach is Nina Bono Murphy. And what a great episode it was. And there was a lot of talk of Maddie DiMaria, who is the Virtuoso Award winner this year out of St. Louis for the women, for the girls, and heading to North Carolina. So that's going to keep my binoculars on her. But what struck me about that episode, and I was so impressed with Rachel, and about everything that she had to say and how she's managing her high school soccer program as well as being a teacher and all the other hats that those teachers wear, and how well she's really developed that team. I mean, it's outstanding. But one thing really tickled me, and that was when Rachel was talking about being a graduate of Corps Jesu, that and a graduate of '08 from the soccer team. Um, when she was a freshman and came on board, there was a senior, and that was Nina Bono Murphy, who was, in the leader position, and how Rachel was in awe of her. How she just, she was taken by her, and Nina was a great player. And now, fast forward to the present time, Nina's assisting Rachel with the soccer program, and I just thought, wow, that's a great story. But then it hit me that one one of the great things about high school soccer, um, is that you have ninth graders playing alongside with and against 12th graders.
Yeah.
Literally 14-year-olds, 15, 16, 17, sometimes 18-year-olds playing side by side. And that's a dynamic that you really don't see, and I'll call it the youth level, anywhere else. I mean, you may in club soccer have some players playing up, um, a year or two, but that's the exception. Everybody usually plays in their own age group, and what struck me was there's so much to be learned by older players, um, from the older players by the younger players, and I
Yes.
I think that's one of the, I my first organized soccer back in the last century was playing in high school soccer. I played kick around. I played my first organized club ball was with the Pawtucket Rangers, a men's team out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Um, and I was 16 years old at the time, and I was playing with 25-year-old guys, if not older.
That's right.
And boy, do you learn quick, one way or another.
Yeah.
And you either put my ball to feed, or you put it where I want it, or you're going to hear about it.
Balumpo.
Some ways better than others, but at the high school level, I think it gives a young player the opportunity to come in and play alongside older players and really learn from them and grow, because eventually they're going to become the senior leaders. They're going to become the juniors and seniors that now have to lead the freshmen and sophomores, the young players that come in. So I'm gonna hit you with 5 bullet points about that, and we'll go from there. In that regards of playing with older players, and I think it really puts demands, number one, to get stronger, in every which way, physically, mentally, emotionally, to be able to compete and learn and do what you have to do to play on the high school level. And that's something you just don't find too many places, and it's a wonderful thing. The players, yes, as freshmen, may not get a lot of playing time, but they're in that environment every day.
Yeah.
They're going to practice every day. And as we know, if you're not getting a lot of playing time, practice is your game, and that's where you got to perform, and that's where you got to compete, and that's where you got to learn, not only from your coaches but from your teammates,
Right.
and the give and take that's involved with that. And like I said, sometimes with older players, they're going to tell you pretty matter of factly, and you've got to respond to that, and not necessarily with a verbal comeback, but like I said, I want the ball at my feet. Don't play it into space, and you better try to get it done the next time. So you're
Well,
going to get stronger in every which way.
well, have at it, Jim. Why I have savor this cannoli that I have.
You have a cannoli? I had a pepperoni pizza the other night with some broccoli ravi. So
Oh, Maria.
man, the garlic was good.
All right then.
Okay, point number two: the speed of play. Obviously, from 14 to 18 years old, you've got to adapt to that speed of play. And some high schools have JV teams or second teams that they can get their playing time in. But like I said, you've got to perform every day in practice, and everything from your rondos to your small sided games to your opportunities to play in a full sided match. You've got to develop that faster technical, tactical, your speed of thought, your preparation and control with the ball, because you've got a faster, stronger player and athlete that you're dealing with. Again, as a teammate or as somebody that's trying to close you down or take the ball from you. So you got to think fast, you got to respond fast, and hopefully your speed of play with the ball improves, because the demands of that playing with an older age group is going to make you have to play faster, and that's something that that's the next level. And if you're going to compete for the virtuoso award, you've got to play at speed, and you've got to play with the smarts. You got to be able to think ahead and anticipate. So sometimes just playing with your own peer groups, you don't get that.
No.
You do, but not in the same fashion. So that leads me to number three, which
Mm.
is mental toughness,
Wow.
which, you know, there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores that this can be on any level, could be the college level, as they start out a year or two and they're not hacking it. They're not putting the time in. They're not preparing well enough. They're not looking for the right information to say, hey, I want to get playing time. I want to be a junior and senior leader on this team. And they it demands them to figure it out, and find the ways to figure it out, because you know when there's a will, there's a way, and you've got to develop those internal voices that tell you that okay, I may not have won the ball or made the pass this time, but I'm going to make it the next time, and trying to maintain that confidence. And confidence is everything.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's a senior or junior leader that's going to say, hey, they're going to come over, have a few good words with you, maybe put their arm around you and say, hey, man, it's okay. You just bounce back. And the old adage of, okay, how are you going to respond to this? How are you going to react to failure? And help them grow towards being the player they want to be, and help them grow to execute the next pass or the next shot or the next tackle, whatever it may be. So they have to hopefully get good guidance about getting better on the mental side, as well as the speed of play and getting physically stronger and adapting. Which segues me into number four, leadership. And I think leadership in any walk of life, um, certainly in high school soccer and in any organization, any business, any way of life, leaders are important. You know, we got to have our people that take charge and set the course, and it really gives players an opportunity to lead. In high school, generally, there's more than one captain. They usually have, co-captains or tri-captains, and they share the leadership. And a lot of times, and in some groups, in some teams, they have like a leadership group. where you have a half a dozen that confer with the coach, um, and this will segue me into my last and final point, number 5, and that's the group dynamics. How does the group interact, and how does it work? And that, going back to Coach Rachel Brisick, and how she has developed that team to be in a state champion, a high school champions league champion. The camaraderie, the getting along, the enthusiasm, the esprit de corps, dealing with the ups and downs and all the in betweens, and persevering and carrying on. And so, group dynamics of everybody within the group, including the coaches, is so unique in high school ball, I believe, because you've got such a wide disparity in ages and stages of growth and youth development. And I think we all can remember back to our younger days when when you're a freshman or you're new to the team, and it's intimidating, and you need, sometimes the sophomores are going to try to keep the freshmen in the place because they want to get their playing time, but they haven't quite matured enough. But then there's hopefully juniors and seniors that are going to have some maturity. They've been there, done that, and they bring the younger ones around and they bring them along, because those freshmen and sophomores will be the juniors and seniors and the captains and the co-captains and part of the leadership group that spurs them on to being a high school Champions League champion, because of the great group dynamics and the leadership they have. And I was so impressed with Rachel and talking about her coaching staff and the dynamics of that and how they've translated it into their team, into a winning program. And then, they have, well, I guess it's in the past tense because Maddie's moving on to North Carolina and the youth national teams. But now they're going to have to be next player up. Who's going to rise into that go-to player, and then who else is going to support her and take on more responsibility. So I just think with the high school Champions League, we see all of these dynamics in the high school play, and my goodness, what an opportunity. Kevin and everybody, we have all kinds of paths to greatness. We're watching the World Cup, and our USA team is, everybody's saying it, they've never played better or looked better, and that's a wonderful thing. And that's many, many years of being in the trenches of a lot of fellows like you and people that you have on your podcasts and all the coaches that go down the line there, that we're evolving, and there's all ways to get to the top, but not everybody's going to get to the top. 99.9%, as we know, if they have a good high school experience and learn to have a passion for the game, and we've established that. Man, we've evolved. We've got a lot more to evolve too, but you look at the crowds now, you look how things are going. And I think there's all kinds of avenues to get to that national team, but I think the high school gives you the dynamics that are just can't be found anywhere else. And there's all different kinds of ways to play this game. You can play recreational, you can play pickup, you can play church league, boys club leagues. There's all kinds of roads to in and out of the game. As long as you enjoy it, as long as you can find a place where you enjoy it and have some success and be challenged and make those friendships that last for a lifetime. So that's my take for today, Kevin. I hope I didn't spew out too much linguine there, but what can I tell you?
Hey, man, that was off the charts. Off the charts. I got it on top show. The deal comes out as a buddy of ours mentioned that character, it reveals the game of football, the game of soccer reveals the character about a person. Yeah, and how beautiful is that? And just far as housekeeping, when you were talking about the great Maddie Maria going over to the UNC and with the women's national U17 squad, she just got the Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year, but she won in 25 the Virtuoso Award, and her teammate Rods Doherty won the Virtuoso this past couple months ago, and and the deal is that she's going to be the junior and or the senior next season, so she's got the target on her. She's the one, right? But they also had a freshman that made kind of all state this and that, and and you just hit it so beautifully. It's, hey man, I don't care really how old you are or how young you are. There's a way to play this game, and let's go. You know, and that's what was so beautiful about when you mentioned, Rachel, about the saying team first, and that she had played on teams that had all kinds of different ways, and she tried to follow what does she value into it, and it's been successful. You know.
Well, I really enjoyed listening to her on number 28. She's a bright young coach that really has staged her roots at her high school alma mater and has developed that program. But she's putting into play, great things to develop great young people at that school and beyond, I'm sure. And developing character, absolutely is that what gets you there or not, and that ties into some of the, the mental toughness and when trying to develop coping with failing versus achieving, and you're going to fail a lot in this game. There's a lot of failure. I'll tell you what. You take 9 shots, you miss 9. You got to believe you're going to get that 10th one in the goal. And so,
Luigi, I don't pay overtime. We gotta go.
Where you going?
Gotta get that cannoli.
You gotta get another cannoli.
But I mean to tell you, it's kind of like when you become a fan of the starting 11 or thereabouts. You mentioned just the sessions number 28. 37, So, okay. All right, Jimmy DiNobile.
Well, Kevin, you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
I promise.
Looking forward to it.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've been listening to Jimmy DiNobile on the Wales. No, we've been listening to the United States National High School Champions League starting 11 or thereabouts with Jimmy DiNobile and Kevin Whalen, ladies and gentlemen. See ya, Luigi.
See ya.